Hello students, welcome back to maths class. Today we will solve one 7 marks problem, most repeated 7 marks problem from definite integrals. From this topic you are having 15 marks, so be attentive. You are going to get one 7 marks question, one 4 marks question, two very short answer questions. Now come to this question, right? So find the integral 0 to pi x sin x by 1 plus sin x into dx, right? So come on, you take that as I is equal to 0 to pi x sin x by 1 plus sin x dx. You consider this as first equation, and we know one most repeated formula, right, in definite integrals is integral 0 to a f of x dx is equal to integral 0 to a f of a minus x into dx. So now we will apply this formula. I is equal to integral 0 to pi, right? This value is equal to, okay, let me write x sin x by 1 plus sin x dx can be taken as 0 to pi. In a place we are having pi, so wherever x is there we have to take pi minus x. So it is pi minus x into sin of pi minus x by 1 plus sin of pi minus x into dx. So is equal to integral 0 to pi minus x. 180 minus theta belongs to second quadrant, right? So here 0, 90, 180. 180 minus means second quadrant. In second quadrant sign is positive, and for 180 minus 180 plus theta ratio does not changes, so it remains as it is sin x by here 1 plus same thing 180 minus theta, it is sin x. You consider this as your second equation. So now you take 1 plus 2, right? So we can take I plus I is equal to integral 0 to pi. What is your first equation? It is x sin x by 1 plus sin x plus. So if the limits are same, we can take combinedly, right? So it is pi minus x sin x by 1 plus sin x into dx. Okay, so if you observe, it is 2I is equal to 0 to pi. Okay, so what is the LCM? LCM is 1 plus sin x, and upwards observe the values, it is x sin x, okay, plus open the brackets, right? So it is pi sin x minus x sin x into dx. Okay, so plus minus cancels. So whenever some constant is there, we will write outside of the integral. So 0 to pi, it is sin x by 1 plus sin x into dx. So now we have to divide sin x, right, with 1 plus sin x. How many times we can? We can divide one time, right? So it is 1 plus sin x. So minus plus minus cancel. This is minus. So we can write this as 1 minus 1 by 1 plus sin x, isn't it? If we want to divide sin x by this 1 plus sin x can be taken as if after the division we got 1 minus 1 by 1 plus sin x. So it is 2I is equal to pi into integral 0 to pi. What happens? 1 minus 1 by 1 plus sin x into dx. Okay, so is equal to pi outside. Now take the integral separately. Integral 0 to pi 1 into dx minus integral 0 to pi 1 by 1 plus sin x into dx. Okay. So if we take integral dx, it is x only, so is equal to pi outside and this is x, right? After completing the integral, we have to take the limits on right side minus this one 0 to pi. There is no direct formula, so here we will do multiplying and dividing with 1 minus sin x, right? Multiplying and dividing. Why? We don't have any direct formula for the given value. So is equal to pi into, come on, in x place, first upper limit minus lower limit minus, here you will have 0 to pi 1 minus sin x by a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. So it is 1 minus sin square x into dx. Okay. So is equal to, now write separately, pi into pi, right, minus pi into 0 to pi. Okay. So 0 to pi 1 minus sin x by cos square x. 1 minus sin square x is cos square x into dx. So here pi into pi is pi square minus pi into 0 to pi. Now we can write separately, right? So it is 1 by cos square x dx minus integral 0 to pi sin x by cos x, cos square x, no? So we can write this as sin x by cos x into 1 by cos x dx. Okay. So observe carefully, here we don't have direct formula for this, that's why multiplying and dividing with 1 minus sin x, 1 minus sin x, upwards 1 minus sin x, downwards a plus b into a minus b, 1 minus sin square x. 1 minus sin square x is cos square x. After that you take integrals, upwards minus sign is there, so this by this, this by this we have taken, right, so that we can apply the integral easily. Okay. So now you take is equal to pi square minus pi and inside the brackets 0 to pi 1 by cos square is secant square x dx, right, minus integral 0 to pi sin by cos is tan x, right, into 1 by cos x is secant x into dx. Okay. So now you are having your direct formulae form. Okay. So it is integral secant square x is there. So is equal to pi square minus pi into integral secant square x dx is tan x, right. So it is tan x, and after the integration we have to take the limits on right side 0 to pi minus, this is nothing but integral secant x tan x is nothing but secant x, right. So it is secant x, and after taking the formula we have to write the limits on right side. So actually what is this value? 2i. 2i is equal to pi square minus pi into, come on, it is tan pi minus tan 0, okay, minus secant pi minus secant 0. These are that means in the given function, first upper limit in place of x minus in the given function lower limit we have to substitute. So pi square minus pi into tan 180 means 90 plus 90. Tan 0 is 0 minus same thing secant 90 plus 90 minus secant 0 is 1 by cos 0. Okay, so next is equal to pi square minus pi. 90 plus second quadrant tan is negative and 90 plus ratio changes, tan changes to cot 90 minus 0 minus here secant, right. So 90 plus sin and cosec, but here secant is there, so minus, and the ratio changes, so it is cosecant 90 minus 1 by cos 0 is 1. Okay, so is equal to pi square minus pi. This is cot 90 is 0, right. So minus 0 minus 0 minus of this is 1. Okay, so this is your value. So this is 2i is equal to pi square minus pi into, this is 0, right, minus 2. Okay, so is equal to pi square minus pi into minus of minus plus, so is equal to pi square minus 2 pi. So 2i is equal to pi square minus 2 pi and I is equal to pi square by 2 minus pi, that is the answer. So in the beginning we have taken I is equal to the given problem as it is, and at the end you got I is equal to pi square by 2 minus pi, that is the answer of your question. So what is the procedure? First you consider the given value as I, right. Then we have taken most repeated formula in definite integrals, that is 0 to a f of x dx is equal to integral 0 to a f of a minus x dx. 0 and some value is there, generally we will go for this formula. So instead of a we can have any value. So here you are having 0 to pi, in a place we are having pi. So we applied that formula wherever x is there we have to take pi minus x in the given question. Okay, so after that this is 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta means it belongs to second quadrant. In second quadrant sign is positive, and for 180 plus or minus theta ratio does not changes, so it remains as it is. Okay, so you consider this as your second equation. Now you add 1 plus 2, so I plus I is this one, right. So 2i is equal to this one, so we got x sin x minus x sin x cancel, so and pi is constant, we have taken outside sin x by 1 plus sin x. We have to divide sin x with 1 plus sin x, then we got 1 minus 1 by 1 plus sin x. Now take the separate integral, this term minus this term, so integral dx is x, right. So 0 to pi, and here 1 by 1 plus sin x, multiply and divide with 1 minus sin x, 1 minus sin x. So upwards it is 1 minus sin x, downwards it is a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square form. A square means 1 square is 1 square minus sin square x. So 1 minus sin square x is nothing but cos square x. Okay. So again here we can take this separately, 1 by cos square and sin by cos square, and here in x place first upper limit we have to substitute, minus in x place we have to substitute lower limit. Pi minus 0 is pi, so pi into pi, right. We have taken pi for this one as well as this one, two terms are there, so pi will be outside. Again here we can take these as two terms, right. 1 by cos square x and sin x by cos square x, sin x by cos x into 1 by cos x. Sin x by cos x is tan x, 1 by cos x is secant x. So integral secant square x formula is tan x, and integral sec x into tan x is sec x or secant x. So once we have taken the formula, we have to apply the limits on right side, and in the function wherever x is there, first you substitute upper limit minus in the function wherever x is there, you substitute lower limit. Okay, so this is pi. Pi means 180. 180 can be written as 90 plus 90. 90 plus second quadrant. In second quadrant, tan is negative. So we have taken minus sign, and for 90 plus or minus theta ratio changes, tan changes to cot. Right. Similarly with this also. Right, 90 plus, only sine and cosec are positive. Here you are having secant. So it will be negative, and 90 plus ratio changes, secant changes to cosec. Cosec 90 is 1 and cot 90 is 0, right. So then substituted 0 minus 0, 0, and this one is minus 1 minus 1, minus 2. Okay, so minus of minus plus 2, 0 plus 2 means 2 only, and here this will be 0, 0 into pi, 0. So pi square minus pi into 2. So pi square minus 2 pi. 2i is equal to pi square minus 2 pi. So I is equal to pi square by 2 minus 2 will get cancelled. So pi, that is your answer. Okay, so be careful while doing the problem. So generally 0 to some value is there, we will go for this formula. Most repeated formula in definite integrals is this one. Okay, and here we have taken 180 minus theta second quadrant, right. We are using the trigonometry also while solving the definite integrals. Actually we are deeply in calculus. Definite integrals means it is extension of integrals, but while doing this also we need the trigonometric formulas, right. So 180 minus theta belongs to second quadrant. In second quadrant only sine and cosec are positive. So here sine is there, yes it is positive, and for 180 plus 180 minus ratio does not change, sine remains sine only. So this will be your second equation. We have to add first and second equation, we will get 2i. So actually till now we got 2i, but we want I value. Why? We have taken the given question is equal to I. Okay, so for that sake you send that to that side. I is equal to pi square by 2 minus 2 pi by 2, 2 to cancel. That will be your answer. Okay, so most repeated 7 marks question. So only thing is here you have to divide sin x by 1 plus sin x. There is no direct formula for that. That's why we divided sin x with 1 plus sin x. Then we got like this 1 minus 1 by 1 plus sin x. Now take integral separately. Integral dx minus integral 0 to pi 1 by 1 plus sin x. Again we don't have any direct formula. So multiplying and dividing with 1 minus sin x. See, slowly 1 minus sin x downwards, 1 minus sin square, then cos square. If you write separately, then you got your problem into direct formula form. That's why we are doing all these things. Okay, so 1 by cos square is secant square. Integral secant square x, direct formula is there. Integral tan x secant x, direct formula is there. Right? You substitute, and after that, if these are the formulas, after taking the formulas, we have to write the limits on right side. After that, in x place, first upper limit minus in that place function x place, we have to substitute lower limit. Okay, then you will get your I value. Practice the problem perfectly. Okay, that's all for today. Have a nice day.